All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Jerry. Shavua Tov.
What's up?
Jerry is going to lead us in Maariv tonight in memory of his grandfather, Rabbi Dr. Henry Krause. I'll invite you, if you have a Sidor Sim Shalom, to open it. At the YouTube, I'll share momentarily a link to our virtual Sidor. We're going to begin together on page 137. Jerry will lead us in Maariv.
V'chu rachum yachafer avon v'lo yashchit v'yival hashiv yapo v'lo ya'ir kol chamato Adonai Oshiav melech yaneinu b'yom karenu Baruchu et Adonai amborach Baruch Adonai amborach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. We're on page 137.
El chai v'kayam tamid imloch aleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch at Adonai hamariv aravim avat olam be'Yisrael. Ki hem chayenu biyorech yameinu v'achem nege yomam v'layla v'averchal tesir mimenu le'olamim Baruch at Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'ahavata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantan levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'leftecha v'derech u'v'shofbecha uvekumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, vechayu letotafot b'neinecha, uchtachtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha.
We continue on our own the second and third paragraphs of the Shema through the middle of 139.
Leyomer Adonai Moshe lemor. Leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'idem kedoshim lelo echem ani Adonai Elohechem asher chotzet yedchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liyot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem emet.
Middle of page 139.
Umalchuto b'ratzon kiblu alehem Moshe u'v'neshanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nehurat hilot osei fele Ohutecha ra'u banecha pakiam lifnei Moshe Zeli anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch leolam ba'ed V'ne'emar kifada Adonai Yaakov Golom yad chazak mimenu Baruch ata Adonai Gal Yisrael Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Ushmor et seitenu va'inu l'chaim l'shalom me'atavi ad olam Baruch ata Adonai shomer amo Yisrael la'ad Baruch Adonai le'olam amen ve'amen Baruch Adonai mitzion shachem Yerushalayim hallelujah.
Middle of page 140.
Ki gado Adonai b'oseni v'la'ot azalei. Baruch Adonai bayom, Baruch Adonai balayla, Baruch Ki amalchut shelcha hi ul me'ad timloch bechavod. Ki en lanu melech ela ata, Baruch ata Adonai. Hamelech bichvodo tamid yimloch alinu yolam ba'ed v'yokol ma'asav.
Please
Yikadal
rise for the fancy
v'yikadash
Kaddish, page
merabah.
141. Amen.
Yikadal v'yikadash merabah be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachon v'yomechon b'chayachol be'Yisrael b'agalav izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehesh merabah mevorach le'olam ulam me'amaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmere kuresha brichu le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damira me'ama v'imru amen.
We'll take a few moments for the Amidah. We'll say between pages 142 and 148. We'll take a few moments of private prayer and reflection. Page 142. We remember to add in the insertion for the end of Shabbat on page 143. If you've not yet completed your Amidah, please continue to do so at your own pace. Our service continues with Kaddish Shalem and Aleinu, beginning on page 149.
Yitgadal v'yikadash merabah
Amen.
be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachon v'yomachon be'Yisrael b'agalav izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehesh merabah mevora le'olam ulal me'almaya yiparach v'yishabach v'yipar v'yitramah v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmere kurisha Berichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damira me'ama v'yimeru. Amen. Digabel tzlorchon uvarchon d'chol Yisrael kadam v'von v'yishmaya v'yimeru. Yehesh homeram v'yishamaya v'chayim alin v'kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Oseh shalom biromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen.
Aleinu, page 150.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tegidu la le'otse breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishbechor chadama, shelo sam chalkenu kachem, v'gor alenu k'chol amona, אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. על כן נקרא לבנו אלוהינו. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם בעד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Earlier today was the 28th day of Nisan, on which we recalled the yortzites of Fred Adler, Sam Berman, Dora Bloom, Ida Chester, Dorothy Cosgrove, Simon Epstein, Esther Gray, Max Green, Albert Hakim, Sadie Lewis, Jane Lippman, Rose Pinsky, the Schoenholt family, Alan Schranz, Leo Scher, and Ann Zeit. Tonight we begin the 29th of Nisan. And if you're joining us on YouTube and you're saying Kaddish, I'll invite you to write the name of those you are saying Kaddish for. Tonight, for the 29th of Nisan, we recognize the yortzites of Solomon Calviero, Henry Krause, Betty Kurtzman, Sarah Mandelbaum, Molly Cass Satir, Renee Tannenbaum, and Faye Weisberg. Now, Jerry, I wonder if you want to share just a word about your grandfather, Henry, whom you're leading services for.
Thank you very much. So, Rabbi Dr. Henry Krause was my grandfather, and my mother, who's here's father. He was chief rabbi of Western Hungary after the Holocaust and escaped due to issues with communists to America with my mom. They walked from Hungary to Austria and eventually came to America as refugees. And my grandpa came at age 47 and became a rabbi in Southern California. And when he retired, he came to Sinai after he retired from pulpit.
Thank you, Jerry. It sounds like there's an incredible story there.
There's a lot of stories.
I also see in the chat, Rabbi Judy Ahava de Borgo, you were saying Kaddish for Doris del Borgo, your mother, and your Carmi, you're saying Kaddish for Olmedo Ben Marcos. We'll invite everybody in a period of mourning to rise, and Jerry will lead us in the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, page 150.
I'm not saying Kaddish.
Jerry, what's your mother's name?
Marianne.
Marianne will lead us in the words of the Kaddish. Thank you, Marianne.
Thank
page
you.
151.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
B'yimra ve'alma divra kirutei v'yamli malhutei b'chayehon u'v'yomehon uv'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael b'gala u'zman karim v'yimru amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach Me'olam V'Amen Omaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitba'ar V'yitroman V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Nekurisha Brichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'amira Be'alma V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba Mi Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu
Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'yimeru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Brama
Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'yimeru Amen.
Amen. And before Havdalah, before Jerry and Marianne and I lead Havdalah, we also are counting the Omer. So let us not forget to do so. Jerry, would you like to lead us in the Omer count tonight? We are the night after the 13th night of the Omer. We're on page 152.
Okay. I'm ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer, as ordained in the Torah. You shall count from the eve of the second day of Pesach, when an Omer of grain is to be brought as an offering, 7 complete weeks. The day after the 7th week of your counting will make 50 days. Rabbi, I'm sorry, what was yesterday's? What was the Omer?
Yesterday was the 13th day of the Omer.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfriyat haomer. Praise are you, Adonai our God, who rules the universe, installing in us the holiness of mitzvot by commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom arba'a asa yom shehem shenei shavuot la'omer. Today is the 14th day of the Omer.
Great, which makes 2 weeks to the Omer. All right, everybody, let's bring in the week together. I will sing the blessings, and Jerry and Marianne will hold up the Havdalah supplies. If you're joining us at home, let us know in the chat. And I hope you have your Havdalah supplies too. Once Jerry's back on the screen and confirms that he has all of the supplies, we will sing Havdalah together. Jerry, you ready? We lift the grape juice Yasher Koach Jerry. Yasher Koach Marianne. Shavua Tov.
Thank you very much.
Okay, everybody. And if you're staying on for Chassidut, we'll start in just 10 minutes on this YouTube channel for late night Chassidut Torah study. So looking forward to that.
We will be joining you.
Say it again, Jerry.
We will be joining you on YouTube.
I'll see you there. Okay.
We'll be watching you
You'll see me there. But